Stanley, Scuba, Sailing, and Adventures. It's time to escape and relax as we log another entry in the travel journal. Today we'll be scuba diving the Big Tunnel dive site off the west end of Grand Cayman. The dive site is called Big Tunnel, but I've also heard it referred to as Big Tunnels, and I guess tunnels is probably a little more accurate. This is a repeat dive on this dive site, and if you watch the previous video, you know that I didn't go through the Big Tunnel because there was a long line of divers and I was near the back of the pack. Anyway, I thought on the second dive I would explore the Big Tunnel, and this is my attempt at exploring the Big Tunnel. I say attempt because, as you'll see, I end up in a dead end and have to turn around and come back out the way I went in. So I guess yes, Big Tunnels plural, is the more appropriate name for the dive site. As you can see, there's quite a bit of particulate in the water. As I've mentioned throughout the series, we were battling some high winds and weather challenges, but there's a lot of sunlight that's also bringing out all the particulates, so glad to be in the water diving. This is the second dive of the day on day 5 and dive number 16 for me overall on this trip. This is just about the point I realized that the tunnel I selected had no exit. I always like to take a look up and check things out for many different reasons, but specifically in a tunnel or a little ravine like this. I guess it's a ravine underwater. Not sure. I think I could fit out right here, but what's the fun in that? Let's go back the way we came. That's what I thought anyway. At this point, you're probably wondering, well, where's your buddy when you turned around? I really need to get better at buddy diving. A little information about the dive. By the way, that's not my dive buddy. That's his dive buddy. Anyway, a little information about the dive. The dive started just about 10:45 and lasted almost exactly 50 minutes. I recorded an average depth of 53 feet and a maximum depth of 85 feet. Here are a couple of gray angelfish. They range in size from 10 to 18 inches, reaching a maximum of 2 feet, and are usually found in depths of water from 10 to 80 feet. Here we have another angelfish. This is a queen angelfish. Love the colors on these. They range in size from 8 to 14 inches, reaching a maximum of about 18 inches, and are usually found in depths of water from 20 to 80 feet. Back to the dive particulars, my dive computer recorded an average water temperature of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Here we have a yellow stingray. They range in size from 8 to 12 inches, reaching a maximum of about 15 inches, and are most commonly found in depths of water from 1 to 80 feet. This one's letting me get pretty close. Apologies for the camera shake there. I'm trying to get as close to the bottom and as close to the stingray as possible without laying in the sand and stirring up a bunch of particulate. Note the distinctive features of the yellow stingray, the numerous spots, and the snout and the tips of the wings are rounded. I love watching stingrays swim. Look at that stinger at the end of the tail. Did you see that? They don't get very big, but they still have a stinger. I guess that's enough camera time for him. Here we have a pair of banded butterfly fish. The banded butterfly fish range in size from 3 to 5 inches, reaching a maximum of 6 inches, and are most commonly found in depths of water from 10 to 60 feet. Note the distinctive two wide black mid-body bands. Similar to other butterfly fish, I seem to always find them in pairs of 2. A little more about the dive site from the guidebook that I purchased. The Big Tunnel is a deep dive. It's located south of Northwest Point, close to Orange Canyon, and part of the Western Wall. Here we have a couple of groupers, a Nassau grouper and a tiger grouper. The tiger grouper range in size from 1 to 2 feet, reaching a maximum of 3.5 feet, and are usually found in depths of water from 10 to 60 feet. Sometimes groupers will let you get quite close, and often they're hanging around the reef for cleaning, and they'll have little fish that clean the inside of their mouth. The other grouper here is a Nassau grouper. Did you note the black saddle spot on the base of the tail? Similarly, the Nassau grouper range in size from 1 to 2 feet, reaching a maximum of 4 feet, and are often found in depths of water from 20 to 100 feet. Let's see if we can get a better look at these groupers again. Here's that tiger grouper. Let's go in for a close-up. This one's actually letting me get quite close. Notice that toothy grin. Extreme close-up. No zoom needed here. I'm only shooting video on this dive, but this would have made for a great photo opportunity. Again, love that toothy grin. This is a great dive site. There's so much going on here, as you can tell. Here we have the invasive lionfish. There are quite a few different stories about how the lionfish potentially came to be in the Caribbean. I won't go into all that. According to the dive guidebook that I mentioned earlier, the main feature of this dive site is a pair of large tunnels first discovered in 1970, which slice down through the reef system and then open out to the wall. I only was aware of the one, and then of course the other one that didn't go through, but there are quite a few deep canyons and other tunnels. At least I guess there are 2 large tunnels that go all the way through, according to the dive guidebook. Here we have a striped parrotfish. They range in size from 8 to 9 inches, reaching a maximum of 10 inches, and are usually found in depths of water from 10 to 80 feet. I love the colors on these. This is called an indigo hamlet, and they range in size from 3 to 4.5 inches, reaching a maximum of approximately 5.5 inches, and are most commonly found in depths of water from 30 to 130 feet. So many fish, so little time. There's just so much going on this dive site. There's such a variety of fish and marine life. Really enjoying this dive site, and the structures, the tunnels, the deep crevices. Again, this is a great dive site. I've thoroughly enjoyed the big tunnel or big tunnels. We're nearing the end of this Cayman Island dive series. Only 4 more dives left to go. I do thoroughly enjoy the diving here off of Grand Cayman.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.